Sorry about last night. I have no idea what happened to that screen. But I haven't used that screen in about 3 or 4 years. That could be a problem. So I don't know. Everything else is working. Anyway, how are you? And did you get the PDFs for this lesson? Okay. Today we're gonna let's wait a little bit. Maybe one or two more people will come in. I'm not certain. Anyway, we're gonna work. Let me. It's very simple. I didn't put them in the archive yet. All right. I'm gonna put them in after the lesson. We're gonna work with two forms of triplets today. The 8th note triplet and the 16th note triplet. Now, I'm not certain of how you count triplets, okay, but there's a couple different ways. Who's that? Tim. How you doing, Tim? There's a couple different ways that you can count triplets. I mean, there's no really actual right or wrong way. Whatever really works for you, works for you. So that's not a problem. I mean, I count triplets two different ways. I count triplets as 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the. Or occasionally I'll count a triplet as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's for subdivisional reasons. Now, there's a couple other ways to count them, and they're not wrong. Some people count 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, or 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta. So I look at it this way. Whatever works for you, works for you. Me, I don't count triplets that way. Just the two different ways. And occasionally, like I said, 1, 2, 3. Those other ways don't work for me. So, we're going to start with, well, I mean, you're not wrong, Dan. I mean, you can count them any way that's easier for you. That 1 triplet, 2 triplet thing gets in my way. When I'm playing the jazz time, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4. I like to count 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1. Now, a lot of guys will count 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta, and that is not incorrect. Hey, Tim, did you get the PDFs? I think they're in your mail. Anyway, we're going to work with first the 8th note triplet. And I'm going to play alternating strokes, starting with the right hand. I'm going to play them at one level, no accents. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, okay, what I just did was a measure or two of 8th note triplet. I was counting 1 and the 2, 3, 4. Now, I didn't put no accents, and that's what today's lesson is going to be about, accenting that triplet. Now, one of the first, well, actually the first lesson ever that I had with Joe Morello was he took the 8th note triplet and he put the accent on the 1, 1, then on the 2, 3, then to the end. 1 and the 2 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2. So that was one of the basic exercises, and it's a good exercise. And that's just more or less, I mean, you're able to control where you want to put an accent on the 8th note triplet and the level system. But this one here, we're going to reference off the stick control book. Now, Tim, you have the sheet, and you see the first line. It's the stick. There's 4 quarter notes, and you see underneath each note a sticking pattern: right, left, right, left. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play eighth note triplets and reference from that sticking pattern. However, we're going to eliminate the left. So now what happens is this. When I reference from it, I'm eliminating the left. What happens with that is I'm going to play an action on the count of 1 and the 3. Now watch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now I'm going to play the line. 3, 4. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and the 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's an eighth note triplets. Now, I could take that same pattern and evolve into 16th note triplets. Do we all understand what 16th note triplets are? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We all know how to count that. Okay, Tim Hall, Tim Hall. How about you, Mr. Dan? Okay, so now we're going to play. Now, if I looked at the stick control book now, I'm going to reference off the first line, which is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I eliminate the lefts, and I'm reference as all the rights on 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I'm playing this, 1, 2, and 3 and 4 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. In reality, it's the same as we just did with the eighth note triplet, but in a different formation. My thought process is totally different. So the sticking pattern is telling you this is where I'd like to have the action on the triplet. Now we go to the second line. We'll put the eighth note triplet aside for a minute, and we're going to go to the second line of stick control book. So the second line is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All the rights on this particular line are falling on the ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now I'm going to play 16th. Hold on, I'll get to that in a second. I'm playing all the ands now. I'm referencing off the line as all the R's are on the ands. So I'm going to play the 16th note triplet. I'm starting with my right hand. 1, 2. Now I'm going to play the action on the ends. 3. Now. 1 and 2 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. So what I like to do with that one is go into line 1, play that for a little bit, and go into line 2. Maybe 1 measure, 2 measures, whatever you feel like doing. So I'm playing on the first measure, the accent on the first triplet. I'm doing 16th note triplets. 1, 2, 3, second line. So I like to go in and out of that over and over again. Alright, now we're going to go to line 3 in a second. I have a question, and the question is, how does that relate to 6/8? Okay. Now, I'm not going to go to the 16th note triplet. Let's go to the 8th note triplet. For example, I don't know why you want to know 6/8, but it's a valid question, and I'm going to try to answer that for you. If I play 2 8th note triplets, 1 and 2 and that's 4/4 time. The pulse is 1, 2. Now, if I thought about those 6 notes in 6/8, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 4, 5, 6. Like I play the bimbe. We all know what the bimbe is. I play either one of 2 ways. I play it in 8th note triplets, 1 and the, 2 and the, 3 and the, 4 and the. Or I'll take that pattern and it becomes now 2 measures. Actually 6/8 or a whole measure of 12/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and 2 and the 3 and the 4. You made me get about 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2. 3 and the 4 and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3. Do we understand that? That's how 6/8. Actually, if I took triplets, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the, that's 12 strokes. That's 12 eighth notes. 12 eighth time means there's 12 beats to a measure. Every eighth note receives a count or a beat. So if I'm taking the triplet, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Does that help you out somewhat, Dan? I think that's what you were referring to, no? That's why, for example, I don't know if everyone has this book, but it's the Charlie Wilcoxon book, 150 Rudimental Solos. And there's a tremendous amount of 6/8 solos in there. And Philly Joe Jones, that was his favorite book because of the 6/8 solos. He would take the 6/8 solos and play them in 4. Now I have a whole book on transcriptions from Philly Joe Jones, and it's all about the 6/8, the breaking down of learning how to play the 6/8 and making a swing at the 4/4. Now that's the object when you learn how to play from that book, the Charlie Wilcoxon 6/8, and you take it to 4. Or you could swing 6/8 and play it in 3/8. And John Kadonka 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you consolidate the 2 measures and make them 12/8. There's a lot in there. Tim, did you understand what I just said? Now you took me way out of the question, out of the lesson here, but that's okay, Dan. It's a very valid question and a good one. Okay, so let's go back. Now, we could do line 3 2 ways. Line 3 is 1. If you look at the beginning of line 3, the way you have it on the PDF sheet, is I presented that to you in quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, we eliminate the left from the sticking pattern, and we say, okay, 1, 2, there's a right. 3, 4, there's nothing now. So I'm going to play underneath eighth note triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to accent now just the 1, 2, and I'm going to play the 3, 4, but no accents. 1 and the 2 and the 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and the 2, 3, 4. Now, understand that. Now we take that to the next zone, same pattern, but this time we're going to think about it in 16th note triplets. Now, I'm taking the line 3 from Stick Control book, which is 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and what I'm doing, again, is I'm going to eliminate now the lefts. So this gives me 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And now I'm going to play the 16th note triplets. And I'm going to put an accent on the counts of 1 and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Do we understand that? I mean, and I'm not playing them up, 1, 2, 3, but line 1. That was line 5. Some very interesting things are happening with that. It's the greatest book ever written, period. So much in there. Hey Tim, where do you live at? What state, or are you in Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania? Where are you? Oh, yeah, I guess there's a big delay with this. West Virginia. Very good. Listen, I'm going to be doing uh, a 3-day camp, whether the last week of October or the first week of November, weekend rather. I haven't decided. I know that Dan will be going, and there's another gentleman, he's in here, he's a member of the group, not this group, he comes here occasionally, Michael Lewis. So those two are definitely locked in. The date has undecided. Would you be interested in doing the 3-day camp, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Either the last weekend of October, unless you're going to go trick-or-treating in or the first week of November, weekend of November. Would you be interested in that, Tim? And I might have a guest. Everybody left. Who was in here before? Okay, let's go back to line 4. Tim, would you be interested in that? Yes, you would? Okay. I don't know. I haven't come up with an exact date, but that'll be just for, I'm going to limit that to 3 people. It'll be all day Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from perhaps 10 to 5 on those 3 days. West Virginia is not far from here. As a matter of fact, another gentleman is from Virginia or West Virginia. That's Michael Lewis. Maybe you 2 gentlemen could hook up. You're on. Are we friends? Are we friends on Facebook, Tim? I'm not sure. I have like 3 accounts, and every one of them has 5,000 friends on it, plus all the art drumming groups. But anyway, I don't know. I haven't come up with a price. I don't know what's realistic for that. And I don't want to be a criminal. All right. Well, JR, what we're doing is a camp, a mini camp on either the last week of October, or the first weekend of November. Would you be interested in that? Now, I don't know. I think, from 10 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon, I think for the day, I think it would be realistic and not criminal to say, all right, I think 200 for the day would be fine. So that would be from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 200 each a day. Does that sound realistic or too much? Oh, we all have to be 65 and over. Just kidding, just kidding. All right, let's go back. I think that's realistic, man. That's a lot of time. 10 o'clock in the morning to 5 or maybe even 6. Okay. Here we go. Now, we're on line number 4, which is left, left, right, right. Now, you have the PDF. Hey, JR, if you don't have the PDF, email me. I'll send you the PDF on this guy. Do you have my email, JR? That's good. I hope you win. I had Juan Carlito Mendoza here a couple times. Yeah, Dan, the drum off is when the Guitar Center holds that every year. And locally at the Guitar Centers, they have a drum off, maybe 4 or 5 drummers, and you have judges, and you come in first. Or if you come in first, then you go to another level. I don't know if it's the regionals, and then the nationals, then the winner. I think that's how. All right. Well, email me again. I mean, I have my email list. I don't know who's who anymore. I just need to hire a secretary. Then email me again, one-on-one, and I'll send you the PDF. Okay. All right. Let's go to line 4 before I start talking too much. Line 4 of the stick. First of all, I broke it down 1 to quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to eliminate the left and just play the rights. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's telling me now if I'm playing underneath an eighth note triplet on the count of 3, the count of 3 and the count of 4, I'm going to play an accent. Now I've been starting this all with the right hand. You can start it with the left hand if you like, and it does make a little bit of a difference. So let's go on to the 2 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, rather. 2 and 3, 4. So on and so forth. Now, I take it to the next level, which is 16th note triplets. And that's telling me I'm going to accent the 2 and the 4 and. Everything else is one level. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. Everybody get that? Gentlemen? You go to line 7, 5 rather. Okay, line 5, the paradiddle. Now, if you look at it's actually on the second page of the PDF. You have the first line. I broke into 2 measures. I have the paradiddle sticking in quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first measure, I'm accenting 1, 2, 3. And the first measure rather, I'm accenting 1, 2, I'm accenting 1, 3, and 4. On the second measure, I'm accenting only the 2. So I'm playing triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to put them together. 1 and the 2 and the 3, 4, 1, 2. Got it? Okay, now we're going to take that to the 16th note zone. I'm going to accent 1, 2 and the 3. 1. Oh, my left hand is killing me today. Alright, I don't understand, gentlemen. I give these lessons here on YouTube on one surface. And I just started this. In the evening, I give a drum set application to what I've been teaching now. Everyone here who is not a member, because I'm keeping my site open until maybe the first week or second week of October, everybody is welcome to come and check it out. Tonight's lesson is at 8 p.m. Here's the website. That's a dot, I don't know. Eh. Now all you have to do is go there tonight at 8 p.m. You come to the home page. On the home page, you go to up on the top of the page and it says live lessons. Hit that, it'll take you right there to a chat. Get in the chat. Say hello to whoever's there. It's free. And it's just the reason why it's free is just for you to check it out. Maybe it's something of your interest and something that you're going to like, and maybe you will enroll. And the enrollment fee is totally inexpensive. For a month, it's $14.99. And that gives you 6 lessons a week. That's 24 lessons a month. Then if you do 6-month plan, I'm thinking about giving some books out as a introduction present, but it's $59.99. Well, I was having some issues, Tim, with one of the monitors, so I just said the heck with it. I had enough. I just closed it down. There won't be any problems tonight. If you're on a computer, you can get into chat. If you're on a phone or an iPod or whatever they call that great crazy stuff, you're not going to be able to chat. If you're on a computer, you're in the chat. Not a problem. And you're going to get a lot of perhaps what is it, wrinkling or whatever they call that, or shuttering rather. If you do, just reload your computer, refresh your browser. It'll come back. I mean, I have somebody last night. Well, he's a new member for the last couple of months from Argentina. He had no problem at all. The pictures view, the view of the screen was perfect. My voice was being projected. You have to remember, it's the computer. It's not me or anybody else in there. The computer's like a woman. It does what it wants, when it wants. But anyway, we're going to be there tonight at 8 o'clock. I'm going to take this lesson and then another one and put it to the drum set. We'll do some patterns and utilize this, okay, as a lead-in to another verse. We'll run down the whole stick control book. Now, what I'm working on tonight, if you have the syncopation book and the stick control book. Now, is there any questions on anything I've done here on one surface so far? See, these online group lessons, man, are tough to really get into a lesson because there's a lot of talking, and I'm the culprit because I do most of the talking. Do we have any questions of what we've done so far? Because if you're going to come back at 8, all right, Dan, good for you. If you're going to come back at 8, you'll see we'll go over a little bit more of what we did on one surface, and then we'll hit up the drum set, and we'll do some lead-ins and lead-outs. The syncopation book and the stick control book is what you're going to need for tonight. You don't have the syncopation book. I can get a bonga. All right, I'll write out a page and I'll send it to you, okay, Mr. Tim and Mr. Dan? It's amazing, man. You guys have been playing 100 years. You guys should have all these books. I know Michael Lewis won't be there tonight. He's going to see Terry Bozzio in Washington, D.C. tonight. Good for him. Terry Bozzio's a monster. Oh, you have the book, Tim? Okay. Okay, JR, I'll send it to you, and I'll send you a sheet. I'm just going to take one page and show you how you could take a reading page and utilize these triplets. Okay? Now, with all of that being said, I don't want to seem rude. I've seen Terry Bozzio a few times in clinic. The guy's a nice guy, man. It takes him about 5 hours to set his drums up with his roadie. JR, email me, please. Okay? Now, are we all coming back tonight at 8 o'clock? That's not the word for it. He has a factory. When he was setting up one time, I went over to him and said, you know what? I could play exactly what you play, probably better. He looked at me really strange. And I told him, I said, listen, all I have to do, okay, is take one drumstick and throw it at your drum set and try to catch the drumstick. and I'll be playing my ass off. He laughed so hard, I think he had to go to the bathroom. It was just a joke. He's one accomplished, great drummer. He really is. I adore the guy. We have a huge, huge respect for him. Good for you. So, whoever comes, and then we'll have a good time, okay? But JR and Dan, we'll get to the lesson maybe tomorrow. The same thing, okay? I'll hold off on that. Let's see. The only one that's going to come there is Tim and I guess Luciano. And maybe Dave from Florida. All right, that's cool. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to lock it up. Do we have any questions? No question. Okay. Mark Walker says hello to everybody. He's not here today, but he said hello to everybody. Okie dokie, gentlemen.